Out of all the 12 sons of Jacob, Joseph was the most beloved. Joseph spent the most time with his father. His father Jacob taught Joseph everything that he learned. Joseph tragically was sold at age 17 as a slave in Egypt. Later, Joseph was imprisoned. He experienced years of agony. Agony of being sold by his brothers. Agony of being away from his father, away from his family. Agony of being thrown into prison, falsely accused. Finally, Joseph is the viceroy, the second to the king of Egypt. And finally, Joseph sends for his father. And after 22 years of absence, Jacob is on his way to see Joseph. Imagine Joseph's excitement. Imagine his joy. The Torah says that morning, Joseph harnessed his chariots himself. He's the viceroy, second to the king. But out of respect and love for his father, he harnessed the chariots himself. And the Torah says that he appeared before him. He appeared before him. And then they embraced and cried. He appeared before him. Who appeared before who? Rashi says Joseph appeared before his father. Well, obviously, if you read the Torah, you see the Torah says he appeared before him. Obviously, it's Joseph appeared before his father. So why does Rashi say Joseph appeared before his father? Rabbi Naftali Trop explains a magnificent thought that here you have Joseph's anguish and his over all those years and his excitement after 22 years to finally see his father. But Joseph stopped to think, wait, my father's pain, my father's anguish. Joseph's entire purpose, entire focus, even though he himself was so joyously awaiting to see his father, so yearning to see his father, he put his whole focus on, I am going to bring joy to my father. That's what's expressed in that Rashi. Joseph appeared before his father. What a magnificent thought. Joseph squelched his own feelings. Joseph is not entitled to be happy. Of course he's entitled to be happy. But his focus, he directed his entire action and emotion to bringing pleasure to his father. Often, we interact with another person, and it's a pleasurable experience. We do an act of kindness for another person, and we benefit, the person benefits. But Joseph taught us that the ideal act of kindness is to be able to focus on what can I do for you. Not what you could do for me, but what I could do for you. Can't you? Is something wrong with focusing on your own pleasure? Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. But it's not the ideal kindness. The ideal kindness is, what am I doing for you? And if a person, the more we can do that, the more beautiful our act of kindness is. And actually, the more satisfaction we will have in performing an act of kindness. Actually, when you think about it, Joseph's act of focusing specifically on the joy that he is bringing his father, that's actually emulating God's kindness. God doesn't need anything from us. God gives. God gives without taking. So actually, the truest act of kindness is an act that emulates God's giving in its purest form. May Hashem help us that we can increase our love for chesed, as it says in the Shmona Esrei, avas chesed, a love for kindness, the love for pure kindness, to do for the next person. Of course, we're entitled to pleasure, but the focus, the main focus should be, what can I joy, what happiness, what kindness can I bestow upon you? Have a fabulous Shabbos.